everybody. I'm Jimmy Jam, coming to you from beautiful Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now, why am I in Fort Wayne, Indiana? Because Sweetwater is in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And why am I at Sweetwater? Because Sweetwater has this beautiful new exclusive limited edition Minimoog Model D. Just too beautiful. Now, here's the thing I always say about keyboards. A lot of times as a songwriter, sometimes it's the chords and sometimes it's different things that inspire it. But to me, it's always about the sound of a keyboard. And nothing sounds like this. And the other thing I like is when you say exclusive, this is exclusive. Only 250 of these are being made. And they don't know it, but I'm taking this one home with me after. Don't tell anybody. But when you talk about the sound of this instrument, and I'm going to go with Questlove, my good friend Questlove, he always says, I like to play in E flat. So E flat is, Now you already know it's going to be funky when you hear it in E flat, right? But that's not quite right. But we got to do one other thing. We got to go ahead and got to put that little growl on the bottom of it. And then we like to do like, that's already getting funky. Then we like to put the little glide on there so that when you go, you got that little bit of that. And then you put a little funky bass line together and you be like, right. I love the way that sounds. Now that kind of thing inspires songs. Like to me, I'm gonna get the funky bass line for that, and I might hit some Just Be Good to Me, something like that. And then I might hit even something like, I might have to go like even with some Gap Band, you know, I might have to go like, actually, that was Bad Mamma Jamma, but you know, we flipping it. We're doing a mashup. It's kind of a mashup thing. But that sound just kind of inspires stuff. But it's not just the low stuff that we like on this synthesizer, because if we go up in the higher octaves, and then we mellow it out. So if we were going to do something like, we got the nice, pretty sounds, like Mariah Carey likes these sounds. She always says, Jimmy Jam, give me those, put that Jimmy Jam on it. And it's always like this kind of like, she always likes that mellow sound like that. The other cool thing about this now, because it's all analog, so it's like the knobs and stuff. So if you want to fatten the sound up, I always like, you know, you take it and detune it just a little bit. So now you go from that to kind of fatten that up a little bit, make it a little bit. Love this. It's beautiful. And this cabinet on this even looks like the original ones, although I know it's some sort of special cabinet. I don't know. I can't get into the different kind of woods because I don't know exactly what it is. But it has that look. It has that vintage look and that vintage feel to it. But it's special. It's real special, which means that the music that comes from it that you create is going to be special. Because when you have a special keyboard that inspires special thoughts, then special songs come out of that. And that's what's so cool about this here. What else do I want to do on this? I got to go back. Wow. love this. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna go back to my... Yeah. Gotta go back to the funk here real quick. I love this. I came from a band called The Time, and I remember Monty Moyer, the keyboard player in The Time, my colleague in The Time. Minimoog was always his favorite. And all the solos that you hear, like when you listen to Sherelle, I Didn't Mean to Turn You On, and the crazy solo on that song, or you listen to Alexander O'Neal and all the music we made back in the day, anytime there was a crazy synthesizer solo, it was always on one of these, and it was always Monty Moyer playing it. He was the guy. He always had all the craziest sounds and the craziest kind of mix. When I met my partner Terry Lewis 50 years ago, if you can believe that, one of our favorite groups to listen to was Parliament Funkadelic. And Bernie Worrell, the keyboard player, if you remember Not Just Knee Deep, or you remember One Nation Under a Groove and all of those types of songs like that, and those bass lines were all done on one of these things, you know. Or I think about when The Time did our first tour with Prince, and Prince was, of course, the headliner. The Time was the opening act, but the middle act was Roger and Zapp. And if you remember Roger, he was the one that had the tube that came in, you know, the voice box thing. And this was his instrument. It was such, I mean, when he would go into More Bounce to the Ounce, or he'd go into his remake of Heard It Through the Grapevine, or Do It, Roger, Do It, and all these songs, he would kill it. And nobody could do the voice box like he did. This was his instrument of choice. So yeah, it's amazing to have, you know, the new version of this, but it's the best version of it. You know, it's the original. It's amazing. But it's interesting how just one like little lick you hear could be. Not supposed to fall in love with, you know, things, but if I was going to go on a date, this would be my date. I'm taking a Minimoog. This is my date for tonight. It's beautiful. Beautiful. get this home. I'm sorry. There's some grooves that are going to come out of this. You're going to hear them. I'm sorry. Need to be rolling tape now. Need to go get that TAC 4-track that's in the lobby of Sweetwater. Bring that back here. We'll do it like the old-fashioned way, like we used to record. It's cool. So good. Not that this makes any story that you're going to use, but it was funny because I have a son, Max, who goes to school for music. And I remember he walked into the studio one day, and he had been walking into the studio for years and years and years and years and never really paid attention to any of the keyboards that were in there. And one day he walks into the studio and he goes, "Oh, it's Mike Dean's keyboard." And I know everybody knows who Mike Dean is. And so I said, "Yeah, it's a Voyager." And he goes, "This is the keyboard that Mike Dean plays." I said, "Max, this keyboard's been sitting at the studio for like the last 10 years. I said, you just now are discovering it?" He says, "Yeah, because Mike Dean used it on, Travis Scott record and Kanye's record and so on and so forth." I said, okay, you're right. So anyway, I'd never had met him, and I met him for the first time the other day. And we were having this whole conversation, and Mike was so funny. He gets on a FaceTime with my son, and he goes, "Max, you're blowing it. You should have been here today." Because we were at this Synthplex thing. It was great. So anyway, that's my Mike Dean story about the Voyager, which is amazing. But as amazing as the Voyager is, I'm telling you, something about this, What does Ashford and Simpson say? Or actually, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell, actually, but Ashford and Simpson wrote it. Ain't nothing like the real thing. This is the real thing. If this doesn't inspire you, I don't know what's going to inspire you. This is inspiring, I'm telling you. This is... Actually, somebody that didn't know how to play could come and play this, and it would sound like some good stuff, right? Like the keyboard would actually make you sound like you knew what you're doing. Like you could just go...
Mike Dean wants to FaceTime.
Huh?
What? Mike Dean wants to FaceTime you.
Right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you kidding me? I just conjured him up. Did I conjure him? I conjured him up?
Yeah.
I love that.
Missed it, or did you get it?
I'll call him back. Hi. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Woo, my man.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? I swear to God, I just was talking about you, man.
Yes, you're telling me
I was talking about when we saw you over at Rosen's, and then my son hadn't come, and you were like, "Max, you blew it. You should have come."
Oh, yeah, I made the video.
Yeah, remember that? We FaceTimed him, and we said, "Max, you need to do it. Where you at, man? What you got? Oh, wait. Oh, I see you. Man. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, look, this is my room.
I love that. Oh, you got the matriarch up there? Oh, okay.
Oh, can I show that
I
to the
feel
camera?
you.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, show that to the camera. Got the matriarch up there?
Matriarch, grandmother, what else is we getting here? A lot of stuff.
Nice.
I gotta love that. Hey, man, you see what I'm playing? You see what I'm playing here, man?
The reissue?
Yeah, man. This thing barks, man. Oh, it's man. This thing barks, man. Oh, it's man. It's beautiful. I mean, it's inspiring, I just want to play bass lines all day, man. It's just...
Dude, and you never sequence anything. That's just...
No, man. I didn't know how to even do a sequencer. I told the dude that invented the whole system thing, I said, that's the part I never used. I used the synth and the drum machine, but I never used the sequencer part of it. I never knew about that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Well, shit. We'll let you guys shoot your video. It's really good to talk to you.
Man, it's good to talk to you, man. What a nice surprise, brother.
I got an album coming out Friday. Check it out.
You're kidding me. Okay.
Me and Abel weekend just made 3 songs this weekend. I'm going to drop them this week.
I love it. Okay, perfect, man. Well, come on. We got to get together and do some stuff, man.
For sure.
Let's do it.
Bye.
Bye, Mike.
Great to see you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for FaceTiming. All right.
Oh, that's so cool.
That was fun.
Mike's amazing. Yeah, man, that's amazing. I love that he just I conjured him up.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, Mike's amazing. He's an amazing dude. My son used to, I swear to God, we would go to concerts, and the reason we'd go was because if Mike Dean was playing. Like, he would be like, oh, we're going to go see Travis Scott or whatever, and he'd be like, yeah, Mike Dean's going to play. It's like, okay, cool. And then that's why we go. And then we went to watch him, matter of fact, when he opened for the weekend at SoFi Stadium in L.A. I think Weekend did 3 or 4 shows out there, and Mike Dean opened the shows. So that was very cool. Yeah, man. Serious dude. All I need is Charlie Wilson now to come in and sing some vocals over these funky bass lines and stuff. We'll bring the Gap Band back again. This is like, whew, man. Wow. That's a nice little. Beautiful. The history of this instrument is like no other. And once again, when you talk about music or instruments inspiring music that gets written, to me, this is the top of the line. As a solo instrument, there's no other. As a bass instrument, there's no other. And because there's only 250 of these, there's going to be no other really soon. But I'm going to take mine, like I already told you. Ooh, this baby is beautiful. This is so gorgeous. Sweetwater, y'all done it again. It's amazing. Okay, see y'all later. Beautiful.